We're in. Go, motherfucker.
I don't agree with what you say about the Jews. I don't think they're weak, but hit record, dude.
Shut up, you dick. I thought.
Huh?
Do you know what?
Oh,
I thought you was actually saying juice, not Jews. Before we hit record, when you said that, I was like, I thought, what's he on about? Juice. I was looking like round to see if he had a bottle of juice or something. I thought, can he see a bottle of juice in the background or some shit? Tell
what's
me
this guy
about
talking about?
what's
It's
this?
so wacky.
Tell me about your day so far, other than the fact. What's that? Why, when you sent me that video, why was there a plant pot just on the passenger seat floor, and you're just like in the middle of nowhere?
Do
Do you know what video I'm talking about?
Yeah. So I don't know. I guess it's because I'm a weirdo. I like plants. I like having plants, so
Well,
I have plants.
you filmed the plant as if it was the main focus of that little video, and you started recording and you just had the camera on this weird plant in your footwell, and then was just like, "This is where I am, dude. I've already climbed a mountain." You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, the funny thing is, it's funny because I was like, right, I'm gonna get up tomorrow because I wanted to have a productive day, and I was like, right, it starts with the morning, doesn't it? But then I was like, right, I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna climb a mountain and beat the sunrise. But I jerked off first thing in the morning, so I was like thinking people will see it like, oh my god, this guy's real proactive, getting up and getting out there. But by that point, I jerked off, then climbed the mountain.
I hope that you jerked off, and thought that you're quite a man's man. Do you know what I mean? I don't feel any need to wash my hands afterwards. So you just had a fucking hand smelling like prawn cocktail skips or some shit, and then you set off up the mountain and you're just greeting different people and shaking hands with them, and you know the truth, but they don't, and you've just wiping your
Like,
dick hand onto people like, oh, it's top morning for it, isn't it? Fucking shake me
yeah,
up, right?
shaking the hand. Oh, what's that? Is it a Scotch egg? Yeah, I'll have a little
Your
like
hand's
fumbling
got like,
around. Fumbling
yeah.
around in a box full of Scotch eggs. Yeah, like, oh, thank you. It was very kind of you for.
Or like they offer you one of their Scotch eggs and you pick one up, but then put it back and say, actually, I'll have this one. So you've touched one that they're likely to eat further down the line with your dick hand.
Yeah. Offer it,
Like
yeah.
the other hand may not have been on your penis, but it's been used for um, various other things like scratching your ass and shit. You've just got a dick smelling hand and a really
Yeah.
shitty itch finger.
What I do is when I jerk off, I use my index finger on the other hand just to push up against the bum hole. I don't penetrate it. I just push up against it. I just put pressure on the arsehole, and then I go out and I climb a mountain and fumble around in people's picnics.
But you push out slightly with your bum, so your bum hole comes out to meet your finger like a kiss, like lips puckering up. This
Like
is
some
disgusting.
ET number 2.
Do you know what's mad is the more I'm describing it, I'm having to visualize. So I'm effectively thinking about your bumhole and your finger pressed up against it. And
dude, Perry sent me a video this morning, and it was like, whoa, and it was like I couldn't see what was going on. It was like kind of like yellowy brown, and I was like, and it was really early as well.
he
So I sent
zoomed
him.
in on a shit or something.
So that's what I thought, because I sent him Snapchat of me climbing a mountain at like 6:30, and he was like, whoa, and I was like, oh no, it's gonna be like, because you do it as well, and I was like, oh, it's just gonna be his bumhole, and then he zoomed out and it was just his hair, and he was like, hey, and I was like, oh dude, and I said to him, I was like,
What do
I'm
you
so
mean
grateful.
I do it as well? You went, you do it as well. I thought it was going to be his bumhole. When have I ever sent you a picture of my bumhole?
Oh no, you sent me your dick, and it was and you made it talk, and you were like, for dog or 4D.
I was thinking with it. What? I was doing a song.
Yeah, you might have sang me a song.
I
Gonna
watched.
find my
I
baby, gonna hold
I got
her
up
tight.
this
Anyway,
morning.
hang on, can I finish this bit about Perry?
Oh shit! Yeah, go on.
I was like, oh fuck. So I was like, I thought it was gonna be a bummer. I'm grateful it's not. And then he was like, "Ooh," and then he was like, oh no, just kidding. No, it's too early for bumhole. And then he was like, oh, and also thanks for saying that my hair looks like bumhole.
That's it.
Was that legit what it was? Yeah, but why I wanted to show the video, but Snapchat doesn't let you like replay it, does it?
Once it's gone, it's gone.
What were you gonna say?
I got up this morning and I did my 15-minute yoga as soon as I got up. So I got up, had some porridge, and I did my 15 minutes of yoga, and then I made an omelette with 3 eggs, waited like 10 minutes, and then had a pre-workout, and then I sat back down and I had to wait like 40 minutes for this pre-workout to kick in.
What, for yoga?
No, I did my yoga, then had an omelette, then had a pre-workout to do some HIIT training. Do you know what I mean? So
yeah.
I decided this morning I'm gonna do my yoga, and then my rest period after the yoga will be the time it takes for the pre-workout to kick in. So it was basically yoga, then straight into a pre-workout, waiting to start that HIIT training. And I watched The Matrix, dude, and fucking
the entire the whole thing.
No, because I started watching it last night and I got about halfway through and I put it back on this morning. And there's this bit near the end of the film where he goes to fight the fucking agent, and Trinity says, fucking, what is he doing? And Morpheus says, he's beginning to believe. It's proper fucking like, it's just like the cheesiest movie fucking cut like bit ever. I was fucking pissing myself, and then I filmed that little bit and sent it in my WhatsApp group to Smithy and everyone, because it was, I never remember it being that funny, but when I rewatched it, it proper made me laugh.
Yeah, you like those little bits, don't you? Like when we watched a film a few years back when we were in the army, and the guy goes, he said, he was asked a question and he was like, it was a question of like, could he essentially do this task that he was like given to do? And he was like, unquestionably. And you just cracked out and you were gone, dude. There was
you know what it is? It's when a film has no comedy in it whatsoever, but has some really cheesy bits in it where the writers have meant it to be really cool, but to me it's funny. Do you know what I mean? Like, they've not put that bit in thinking it's like fucking. I'm just gonna show you it. I've got the fucking video backed up here, but they've not put that in any way, shape, or form for it to be hilarious. They've put it in to be proper cool.
There's no irony.
The sound's off. You ready?
Yeah.
Can you hear it?
Mm-hmm.
That was it.
Why is he looking so intense?
I don't know. It doesn't even seem very funny, but it fucking cracked me up. Proper fucking so cheap. I think when we was younger, like the 90s, all films made in the 90s and shit are well cheesy. You know, like anything with Arnie in and stuff like that are just proper cheesy, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
Like they don't do cheese like that anymore.
A different era now.
What do you think? What do you think?
And they're in the office when they plan it in the office, they're like, in their minds, they're like, oh fuck. They watch that, they're like, fuck yeah, that's a slam dunk.
Yeah,
they're all hyped up,
aren't they? But what do you think it's going to be like for films this year? Because cinemas have been closed for a full year, so think anything that was supposed to come out this year is also got to fucking tie into anything that should have come out last year. So we could have a double year of film, if that makes sense. Because films are still getting made, aren't they? But all cinemas have been shut. What are you smirking at?
Because you know when when you've got the TV on, you know, when you've got the TV on, you're on the phone to someone, they've got the TV on, and then you can hear both TVs and they're talking over one another. I just imagine when you said, what do you think they're going to do? Because they're going to have like last year's films backed up. I just imagine like two people or like a load of people sat in the cinema. There's like two people next to each other and they're both here to watch different films and they're playing both films at the same time. So it's like
Brilliant.
just
So
talking
like,
over one another. That was the image that I had in my mind.
they've realised they can't interrupt the time frame for these new films coming out. So last year's film has just got a segment off, and like, yeah, you go in and it's just like there's the main cinema screen that would normally be playing, and that's playing the new film, and they've just wheeled
in a telly like you had for Pete, you had in school.
Yeah, they've just wheeled in a second telly to play the backup films that have missed last year. but if you watch a film that's supposed to have come out last year, if your ticket's to watch that, because they don't want you to nick any of the seats, you just sat cross-legged on the floor in front of that shitty little telly.
Like, no, they've got PE benches. They've got PE benches.
Yeah.
Sit on.
How will they do it though? Genuinely, because that's never happened before, has it? A worldwide cinema closure for a whole year. Like, so there's clearly going to be a lot of fucking shit coming out, isn't there? That they were supposed to release the new James Bond film, weren't they? And I think that was going to come out, but they've had to push it back a year because of they want it to come out, and it's going to be like a big blockbuster, isn't it? Do you know what I mean?
How many are there now? There's 40. There's a lot.
It's slightly less than there is a fucking Fast and Furious.
Yeah, dude. At this rate, both of us have like there's a 78% chance that we'll become Bond at some point in the future.
Yeah,
there's so many statistics like they're parallel with like you know your perhaps your chances of being in not a crack your chances of getting cancer are like parallel to like your chances of becoming Bond at some point in the future.
Yeah,
some sort of disease.
Because there's so many of them, you happen to it becomes your turn sort of thing. With you,
like jury duty.
We've used every other fucking 30-odd-year-old male. It's now your turn to be Bond. I need my fucking glasses.
Are they they're just regular glasses, aren't they? They're not blue light, or are they both?
Nah, well, you know what? My mate was saying the other day that if you he was saying that if you wear glasses, so I'm wearing these glasses for specific tasks. Mainly, I just wear them for tattooing, and I wear them like if my eyes are really bad. But he was basically saying if you need glasses for certain things, he was saying that that's because your eyesight, there's something wrong with your eyesight. So he was saying that if you only use your glasses for those tasks when you need them, he was saying basically the rest of the day you're wandering around and your vision's slightly impaired. Like you're wandering around and your vision might be slightly blurry, but you're wandering around and you're used to it being like that. But he's saying that if you use the glasses all the time, you get used to having your vision bang on all the time. So he said when as soon as you don't use the glasses, it fucks your eyes up. So he was saying that it basically, he was advising, because he wears his all the time now, and he was saying that he did it at the start. He used to wear them now and again, and then he started just wearing them a little bit more, and now he can't not wear them. And he was saying it's because of that sort of thing where now when he takes them off, he literally feels like his eyes are fucked, but he's got so used to them. Does that make sense? So for me, it's a fear of me becoming dependent on them, because when I'm driving and stuff, and I don't wear my glasses for driving, my vision's like basically fine, but it's if I put my glasses on, you notice it's just a tiny bit better. So I might look at a reg plate that's a certain distance away, and it'll just be slightly clearer. So I'm on the edge of it being really minimal, but I don't want to hit a point where I've got to wear them all the time. Fuck that.
So essentially, you can't you can like make your eyes go blurry, and then also, and then you focus them. If you were to make your eyes go blurry and then you were to focus them, your point of focus would only be a certain degree, wouldn't it? And then at that point, it would just remain blurry. Yeah, do you know what I'm saying?
Kind of,
Because
yeah.
I thought this the other day, right? So, I was here, I was led here, and I was like reading or something, and there was like raindrops on the window,
Yeah.
and then there was a wall behind.
Dude, why are you feeling the window? Like I don't know it's there. There was raindrops on the window. Just stroking it. Like I was like this. Oh, is that a window? I thought it was yourself. Like you like this window. Just need to show me which one you read. Go on, carry on.
All of a sudden, I'm in a red dress where I'm just like fucking showing it off, flaunting it. And there was like raindrops on the window, because I'm talking about it. That's why there's raindrops on the window, and there was like obviously the scenery in the background, and then I was focusing on the scenery, and then I was focusing on the raindrops, and then doing both. And I was like, that's cool that you look at the scenery and the raindrops are blurry. You look at the raindrops, and then all of a sudden the scenery's blurry. And I also noticed as well, which was weird, and I can't explain this. And if there's any geniuses listening, tell me what this is. It changed depending on where, like my vision, I guess, like close distance, it changed where I could feel it in my brain. If that makes, it doesn't make any sense, but my brain was like I felt it in my brain in a different area, looking at like close, further away. And here's a question. Sometimes I'll be lazy and I'll notice I'm being lazy with my eyes, where I'm kind of like, I don't know, I'm looking around but stuff's a bit blurry, and then I'm like, and then I'll remember, and then I'll focus in on shit, and I'll better see like everything in like intricate detail and stuff. Like, let's say, I don't know, I've got a lighter, and then I have a look at the lighter and I can see the name, and then I can see the what's it called, the number,
Like a serial number.
And then I'll see the serial number, and I'll see things that I haven't seen before. And so the question is, if you're like being lazy with your eyes, do you know what I'm talking about when I'm talking about being lazy with them?
Kind of, yeah. I think what you were saying about the distance, the thing where you look at something closer and then the thing in the background goes blurry, that's because your eyes are focusing on that thing, aren't they?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I'm with you now.
What?
That was the worst explanation, dude. You're like, that thing with the distance.
Imagine if my explanation was that's because your eyes are looking at that thing.
That's what you just said.
No, I said focusing. So if you're looking at something, your eyes have to adapt depending on the distance of that thing, because depending on the light that's coming from it. So if two objects are side by side, but one's significantly further away, if you're looking at the nearer thing, your eyes will be positioned differently, if that makes sense. You know, like your lenses, that they move and shit, don't they? To take in light differently. I don't understand how it works, but I do know.
Yeah, see, I thought you were going to start talking about corneas and retinas and lenses and how, like, you know, like
cornetos. I just go into talking about different eye screens.
Yeah. What's your favorite? Mine's probably Solero. Actually, Magnum.
Remember Solero shots?
Mm-mm.
Like a tube of little balls, little frozen balls. Do you not remember them?
What's that? No.
Yeah, they were pretty good, to be fair. Yeah, so going back to what I was saying about your eyes, or glasses rather. My aim is to wear them when I have to, but there is point. Like then I was sat talking to you, and I was genuinely fucking like my eyes were getting a bit sore. So.
Eating the sunshine. I was eating the sunshine.
Kiss the rain and taste the sunshine. Yes. But what I'm saying, the point I'm trying to make, which I'm making a really shit point of it, is that I'm trying to say I don't want to wear these glasses all the time.
Daddy's got a shortcut.
Yeah, that's not an option for me to be wearing these all the time. So I'm going to minimize my usage. Just for tattooing, but it's not practical with tattooing, right? You've never wore glasses, right? You might wear shades and shit, but you don't realize how much they fucking steam up, and nothing seems to clean them other than that little bit of felt they give you. So when you're tattooing, you've obviously got gloves on and stuff, so it's not practical because every 20 minutes you're like this, taking it off and then wipe. Do you know what I mean? So they end up being a fucking bit of a nightmare. But you're what?
My client, he's got glasses, and it's funny because we'll do like, I don't know, like do barbell rows or deadlifts and shit. And then like as soon as he finishes, he's like looks at me and he's just got his glasses steamed out and he has to take them off and do that. And you know how he the story of how he got his glasses or had to wear them was quite funny. He was like, we were talking about like stupid shit you do when you're young, and he was like, oh my party trick was staring into a flashlight without blinking. That to him like wearing glasses, but him as a kid, I just like, he's a tall dude as well. He's like 6'8".
Imagine if his party trick was to spray his eyes whilst open with a jet wash. It's just something really fucking like blatantly obvious. It's gonna fuck your vision up. That is.
Remember Butler though? Butler's party trick was putting his penis up his bum. And he would do it. He would like. It didn't matter like what the environment was. It wasn't like, it didn't necessarily have to be a drinking environment. If you brought it up, he'd be like, "Yeah, and he just like get into position, feet up."
Oh, if you mentioned it, he'd just do it.
Yeah. It was just like
that suggests he couldn't just do it. He was proud of the fact that he could do it. You know, when you say that someone can do something and they're like, yeah, I'll do it now. And you're like, no, it's fine. I don't want to see it. And they're just like, oh, no, don't mind. Honestly, I'll do it. And they're just like, they're desperate to show you. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like,
I remember we were working out, and you said about to Taff Owen, and I barely knew Taff Owen at all. And I was like probably 17, 18, and he was like a full adult. And then I'm like, and you were like, yeah, Fordy's got a dick on him. And then and then we're training, so already I got PT dick, like just goes away. And you're like, yeah, go on, get out. And I'm like, nah, it's cool. And then it's like, yeah, go on. And then so I was like, got it out, and it was just like, it was basically shriveled anyway. And it was like, and then you were both like, yes. It's like, yeah. It's so weird. Do you remember that or not?
Yeah.
When we doing CrossFit, we do like 750 rep challenges and shit where we do pull-ups, box jumps, and
I remember this lad in the gym ages ago, and he could do a backflip, and like, so you could tell he always wanted to do it because it was like something like not many people can do it, can they? It's like he was always up for doing it, but he'd be like, someone would say, "Can't you do a backflip?" And he's like, "Yeah." And then, but like he'd pretend he was not really up for doing it, but he'll just do it. Do you know what I mean? And like,
is that what's his name? The Bristolian lad, Scooby?
No, I remember him actually.
Yeah,
he had a really like fucking. His head reminded me of like a raindrop. You know the shape of it. He had like a dead round. Does that make sense? Or no?
Yeah, like a raindrop.
And then
like
he had fucking like really straight teeth, like Perry, didn't
he? You've got good teeth, dude. You got great teeth.
I have got good teeth.
You got superb teeth, dude. Like him with the raindrop and you with the square head, dude. You make a fucking.
Have I actually got a square head?
Yeah. Have you not seen the drawing?
I've got a fucking tiny head, mate. Any hat that I get, I need it on one of the smallest settings ever.
There you go, guys. I drew Paul before. That's his 700 and something pound body warmer to make him look like a child. That's his shiny teeth.
What the fuck are them shoes?
Dolce &
Gabbana. Wearing some gay boots.
Yeah, because you like style and fashion and spending money on clothes. So it's Dolce & Gabbana. What's it called?
Mate, this weather just makes you fucking feel good, doesn't it? I literally got up this morning and my sister, because I've been staying at my sister's, haven't I? I got up this morning and I did my yoga and I made that omelette and I was literally just going out into the garden and stuff, and straight away it just makes you feel good. As soon as I did that hit workout, I literally showered and straight out the door. But I did a good thing today. I took my mum to the paint shop, and that's why I was slightly late for you. Because
Mum, I got a surprise for you. We're going out for a day of. Is it a day of pampering, Paul?
What it is, my sister
take me on holiday. You know, the paint shop.
Shut up.
I'm trying to do a bit because you're talking about fucking. I did a good thing today. I pampered my mum by taking her to a paint shop.
Right, okay.
Mum, do you know that new restaurant that's opened up on the corner on the block, the Italian place? Oh yeah.
Well, next door there's a paint
shop. Don't have any plans on Saturday? Yeah, keep your Saturday free. Take her to the paint shop next to it.
Mum, you've got your passport, haven't you, Mum? Make sure you're free on Saturday. And then it's just like you just take it to buy some paint for the kitchen.
Yeah, I thought you need the passport for ID. You don't need ID buying paint.
Yeah.
What if you drink it?
I was just checking you did have your passport. There's just no reason for you asking.
Yeah, you can never be too safe.
Dude, I got a phone call off probation today, and I've come off my license today. Do you know what that means?
That means you can go abroad, doesn't it? It means you go on holiday.
I finished my license on the 15th of March, which, dude, I've been on this license since 2014, so I'm go away very soon. Do you think once this fucking lockdown gets relaxed, do you think it'll just be holidays as normal? Like, what the fuck's going on? Can we even fly at the minute? What's going on with that?
I don't know, dude. I'm not the man to ask. I'm not the go-to guy. I'm not like, yeah.
If you want to ask you about plants in footwells in your van, you're the man for it. But holidays, leave me out.
Yeah.
I think it's weird that you've got a plant in your van. I'm going to be honest.
Oh, dude, I had several. I had several through the summer. Because
I just think they stink, don't they? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, especially, do you know the compost and stuff smells? I don't know. Like earthy. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Does that make sense or not?
Well, it does smell earthy, but only if you smell it. If you go right up to it, it doesn't stink the van out.
I'm not one of them people that likes the smell.
Also, you said you like to. What is it of you and stink lately? You said you like to start saying stink.
You didn't think it's stinking.
Things are stinking. Like the thing you got for a plant is it stinks.
Did we address the fact that you masturbated twice today?
We haven't fully addressed it. I covered it briefly. I covered it in my notes.
I was driving around to the shop to do this chat, and I rang Fordy and said, "Oh, I won't be too long." And then I said as a joke, "Don't masturbate before it because I want you to have energy." And you went, "I've done it twice today, which is I normally do it twice a week." And then we went into saying that you've used you've used your weekly allowance in one morning. But you know what I think's funny about that? Like, what? You just parked up somewhere and like, I don't know, say you're in a car park or something, and like people might just be parked next to you, and you've just got your curtains drawn, and you just lay there absolutely pounding the fuck out of your dick, and it's just like no one outside knows what's going on in the van. Do you know what I mean?
Nah. Well, they might, because
Are you a grunter?
Well, first of all, so here's the things that might give it away. First of all, I grunt. Second of all, I talk. So I'm like, oh yeah, you fucking bitch.
Imagine if the third thing was you do it on top of the van.
No, that's the fourth. The third thing is I connect it. So I got Bluetooth, obviously the Bluetooth in the front. So I connect the porn to the cab, to the speaker, to the stereo in the cab, and then it just plays out of those thingies, so I can get it back there. I can hear it properly. I have a lot of bother with my hearing since obviously being in guns. Big guns go bang in the army, and so I have to connect it to speakers.
Have you actually?
So I grunt, I talk.
Have
I
you
connected to speakers. What?
I went to do that twice again.
I'm talking. My conversation doesn't end with what was I saying? Fucking I.
Because I'm still talking. You kept giving me little gaps to come in and like, you know, and you just have a little pause for a sec, but you haven't finished. So I'm trying to creep in with what I want to say, and then it's just becoming
About raisin. Yeah, you just like immediately like
mess.
Paul, like the whole time I'm speaking, you're like this. But it's because you're not listening to what I'm saying, you're just waiting for a gap.
Like someone on a start line if we're about to start sprinting, like I'm literally so ready. Do you know what I mean? Like someone on a buzzer or something on a game show. But I was saying, obviously, you was making a joke then, but actually, what you were saying about your hearing being damaged from using the guns, that's nuts. That because the sound they kick out, them guns must be fucking mad when you're actually loading the back of it. Do you know what I mean? Because I've heard them fired and I've heard the shells land and stuff like that, but I've never actually been stood by a light gun when it's fired. Like it's different, isn't it? Because it's not just sound. It's like a shockwave when something exploding like that. Does that make sense?
Yeah, the fucking the big one
there, doesn't it?
Dude, the big one. Well, you're not supposed, especially the AS90. The AS90 is like a fucking demon. It's like you're not supposed to be like, so when the barrel, you're not supposed to be anywhere near the barrel. Like you're supposed to be behind it.
Oh really?
Yeah, and obviously like people would end up beside the barrel and stuff, and there was fire missions, long ones and whatnot, so you're doing it for hours and whatnot, so people would end up like by it, and yeah, just fucking, yeah, like your whole body, it goes through your whole body, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's different in it because it's not just a loud sound, it's a fucking, it's like a shockwave, isn't it, that comes, that's what's probably more damaging to your ear than the actual volume of it, if that makes sense. Because an explosion is a different sound to just a bang, isn't it? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Have you seen like those videos where there's like there's people on a boat and they'll see like a volcano erupt or something, some sort of explosion in the sea, and then they see like the wave go first and then the bang and the wave, but you can see the shock wave.
Oh,
and it's crazy. You can see like, yeah, you can see like the volcanoes and shit, and then you can see, and then it ends up just being fucking like, I don't know, a minute later there's a huge fucking boom.
Yeah, because the first thing you'd see would be the light flash, wouldn't it? Because the light had hit your eyes instantly, and then you'd see probably the shock wave, and then the bang, wouldn't you? Is that what you mean?
Yeah, essentially. Like here you go.
It's the same with a lightning strike, isn't it? If a lightning strike happens, you see the flash and then hear the bang, don't you? Depending on, you hear, the later you hear, it's the further the distance away, isn't it?
Yeah. Have you seen that Family Guy where Peter's trying to fart during the thunderstorm in school? Like he's in some sort of school and he's farting, and then he tries to fart, and then you can just hear the fart because the thunder doesn't go, and then he's like, the storm's moving away.
Yeah.
Oh fuck!
Wow.
Oh, holy fuck!
There's a better one than that. There's one where it's like
what shell was that's made that bang?
Oh, that'll be an IED, dude. I think.
Sign up at PokerStars Casino.
I think that'll be an IED. Yeah. Oh, here you go with the volcano.
Make it full screen, dude.
Can you hear it?
Kind
Can you
of.
see it?
Look.
I can see it, yeah.
Oh, look.
Is there any
That's
volume?
taken a while to get to them. Still not come. Is there going to be a shockwave? What if there's just not one?
I know,
Oh my
yeah.
God.
I think there isn't one. Oh, that was a letdown.
Well, that'd be more like a rumble, wouldn't it, than a bang?
No. Step away.
Like a volcano wouldn't, it doesn't just spit, does it? It erupts, so it'd be a steady noise, wouldn't it? You'd think, you know, rather than a bang noise.
Yeah, because it's already open, sort of thing.
Yeah, well, it's bursting out, isn't it? So it's like a continuous. It'll erupt, so it should make a big bang, but then there'd be a rumble after it, surely, because it doesn't just spit out one amount of. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't explode out one like jet of shit.
Yeah, like a grape pip, like a pip that you get from a grape or something.
Dude, there's a nice contrast across your face here. Like that side of your face is just a proper strip of light, and then the other side's proper dark. But before it went proper, like a half moon shape.
Half moon, dude.
Well-
I think I went in the sun like yesterday for a while. I was in it for about 2 hours, and I think I've actually caught the sun.
You probably would do, because it's not because you'll have had no sun for so long. Like you won't need much. You won't need the temperature to be mega high, will you, to catch the sun at the minute? Today it's fucking lovely out. It's lovely out there today. What's it like down in Bristol?
So it's been okay actually. It's been sunny, but it has been cloudy. But yesterday and the day before was mwah.
Shorts and t-shirt weather.
Yeah, but it's brave to still have it on because it was shorts and t-shirt with a cool breeze.
A swift breeze.
Beautiful breeze,
Breeze.
father. A sea breeze.
Sea breeze.
Whistling along your testicles. Whistling along your testicles and inviting them
Why
home.
did you say that twice?
What's going on from it? I wanted to carry on. I wanted to talk about other stuff as well.
He was allowing a bit more time to be creative. I respect that.
Fillers.
How mad's it gonna be on the like the official day of it, like all lockdown ended? Dude, I'm gonna 100% come down to Bristol at some point over the next couple of months. Once the restrictions end, I'll come down there and we'll go on we'll have a piss up and we'll go and do some training together or something.
I think I'm busy.
Yeah, busy for the rest of the year.
Yeah. I think I'm ill, dude. I think I'm coming down with something.
What month is he gonna come, Paul? I'm thinking like June. Yeah, I'm ill the whole of June.
Yeah, taking it. I got to rest. I got to recover. I do want a holiday though, and this was like, so this is the strange thing. I was like debating that. I was like, is this okay to like go back to work in April, and then take a week off holiday? Like, but my way of thinking is, although we've been in lockdown, it's not like I've not been in work. I've still done virtual workouts and still been on Zoom calls all day. So it's kind of like, yeah, so I think it's okay. But it would look bad if like the gyms open up and I go in and then fucking straight away I'm like, oh guys, by the way, I'm going on holiday.
Oh, I need to book some time off. Like on your first day back. I'm gonna need to book some time off this month. And you're just like, what it is, I've not had any time to myself recently.
Yeah. Jerked off twice in one day.
Yeah.
I've been productive though, dude. That's the thing, man.
I want to be slightly more intrusive with this information about your journey.
Yeah, shoot, partner.
I want to know where you sit.
You want to sit?
Yeah.
I don't sit.
You stand or lie down.
Lie down, dude. Isn't that your next option? I'm like, I don't sit, stand, no, squat.
Yeah.
It's just like the realm of like, yeah, there's just like, there's no way I could be led down.
One leg. You stand on one leg.
Yeah, like a flamingo.
Imagine if that, you know, that thing above your head looks like a luggage compartment. Imagine if you climb into that. Overhead storage. Why wouldn't I masturbate in there? Where else am I going to do it?
In the oven? That's ridiculous, Paul.
What did I say then that made it? What did I say? You don't sit, stand.
Yeah, sit. You stand.
You stand. You don't just stand. You're also on your tiptoes as well, just to make it slightly more fucking uncomfortable.
There's like, if you're standing up and you're jerking off, at what stage are you gonna place your other hand onto like a surface area, like a fucking, what do they call
grab
this?
the support.
Like a work unit. Yeah. At what point are you gonna grab like a work unit or something?
When the vigorous movement is almost knocking you over.
What right, so we've established that you sit down when you masturbate. I thought, you know, because like Rob walked in on you jerking off, like when we were in the army, I thought that was just because your laptop was there and it was easy, but it turns out no, turns out you want to sit down all the time. You know, like it's gonna be awkward when you start dating again, dude. And
I don't sit down. I lie down too.
You start kissing a girl. It's gonna be awkward when you're dating. You start kissing a girl or whatnot, and then like she gets on the bed, and you're like, "What are you doing?" And she's like, "Oh, sorry, I misread the situation. I thought we were gonna fuck." And you're like, "No, we are, but please remain seated at the dining table." Huh?
Can you just please let me sit down first? God.
She's pushing you down, like she pushed you down on the bed, and you like hit the bed and then spring back up, and she's like, okay, kisses you, then pushes you down to give you a blowjob, and you spring back up again.
Or like prop some pillows upwards against the backboard of the bed, and I'm like really seated really upright, and like my legs are just
legs are straight, arms are by the side, yeah. But you're kind of like
when a kid sits on a sofa that's too big for his legs to dangle over the edge, just, the whole leg's just out straight in front of you.
Yeah. Yeah, and so I lie down, dude. Yeah, I lie down. I get cozy. I make it cozy, mate. I put on a film. I put on like, I don't know.
Do you look at your penis while you do it, or just what do you look at?
Let's just stare out the window. Just sit there staring out the window.
Yeah, I think you park in quite public places and just have a tiny gap in the curtain and just have your eye there, and you just stare and it passes by, masturbating. You're dirty. You're sick. You make me sick.
So I'm like, so the image now is like, if I'm doing that, then you're doing it, but you're doing it like you're led kind of like as you described on the sofa, like you're kind of like almost as if none of your muscles are working. They're all like you've all of a sudden you've got a limp and you can't move. You're paralyzed from like the neck down, but you can still kind of jerk off. And so you're paralyzed, but then you've got like an eye through the window, like a seal. You look like a seal.
Have you seen that video where that person's drowning and they get rescued?
Drowning?
What?
What did you say?
Drowning.
What did you say? Are you sure you said? Did you say that first time?
I don't know. What did it say? What did it sound like?
I heard there was a D after drowning.
Yeah, that's what I said. Drowning.
Drowning.
It's not even drowning, is it? It's drowning.
Drowning, yeah. I like that you were like real firm about it. Yeah, that's what I said, dickhead.
Yeah.
This fucking guy. Dude, I look forward to when those happen. I look forward to watching them back.
Have you actually seen the? Have you seen the video of the someone drowning and the seal? I've done it again, drowning and the seal rescues it. You can't say shit about my pronouncing of words. You say Paul, pull, and pool all sound like the same word, and the three words spelt completely different.
Pull. I fucking nailed it, dude. I got a sick vocabulary. Eloquent.
Tell me
Fucking language.
videos we can move forward.
Tell me what?
Each time I've asked you if you've seen the video of the seal rescuing a drowning man, you've not answered it. You protect this information. You're very secretive about whether you've seen it or not.
You know that light that you've got. You're gonna have to put that on. No, I haven't.
Oh right, okay.
But I'm getting it up. I'm like the fucking Napster. Baby seal thanks his rescuer. Nope. I was saved by a sea
not a
lion.
baby seal. It might be a sea lion. It's some kind of slippery black creature. And the fucking
apparently it's not on YouTube.
I don't know if I watched it on YouTube. I might have seen it on a like a nature series or some shit.
Dude, like YouTube just goes nah, doesn't it? Because I typed in that seal thing and it's
You know
got
what?
Russell.
I might be wrong, dude. I feel like it might have been a whale, not a seal. Try whale. Try whale rescues drowning person.
Yeah, that might be more realistic.
Imagine if it is a whale and I said seal.
You're like, dude, it was huge. It was one of the biggest seals I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, the only similarity between them is they swim. Like they just could be so different. You should have seen the seal. It was like the size of a double-decker bus, and it just rescued this drowning person.
Yeah, should have. It was the size of a blue whale.
Yeah. It was
says
the
whale
size of a blue whale and looked just like a blue whale, but it was a seal.
And it went. Whoa! What? So they got whale protects diver from shark. Humpback whale shows amazing appreciation after being freed from nets.
Appreciation after a blowjob.
Meet the real man swallowed by a whale. Ooh. Nah, I can't see it. It might be one of them things, mightn't it, where
we end up looking for too long.
Yeah.
So what'll happen? What'll happen with you and once the gym's open? Will it just be back to work as normal and your clients will come back in, or do you think you'll still do some online coaching and shit? Like, has your life changed from here on out, or are you going to go back to everything normal?
Yeah, I'm going to go back to everything normal. I'm going to go back to everything normally. However, what I'm going to do is, right now I'm doubling down on yoga, so I'm doing that every day, learning it, because I think now that I've gone into it a little bit, I think that that's the foundation. You know, like if you were to do boxing and then you had someone say, right, you need to know your body for boxing, you need to know footwork, so we're going to get you dancing first, like that kind of scenario. I think when it comes to people in like bodybuilding or even like kickboxing or any type of sport, football, whatever it may be, I think the thing that you should focus on first would be movement and having a strong foundation of grounding, and that's what yoga does. So I'm doubling down on yoga to get like real strong and get aligned and balanced, because I feel more aligned as well in life. And so I'm gonna double down on that. And then when the gyms open up, this is the idea that I've had, dude. Let me know what you think. From training people, I've learned that people just want to be told what to do. A lot of the time they just want to be told straight up, do this, don't do that, do this, don't do that. They kind of,
so they want
they do well
removed from them, sort of thing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
making the mind up on shit, don't they? They struggle when they're asked the question. They find that more difficult than this is what I've got for you today. This is what we're going to do, type thing.
Exactly. Yeah. It's and I think people appreciate the blueprint. So what I was going to do, mate, is because I have been doing yoga, not bodybuilding or any other sports or any other training, I have lost muscle, and I'm not like, my physique isn't where I want it to be.
Yeah.
So what I was thinking was to get some advertisement going and start like maybe a Patreon or something where they can pay like buy me a coffee, and it's £4 a month, and I'll put and essentially what everyone is, I'm going to spend
Patreon.
the next.
Can you explain that? I don't know what a Patreon is.
Yeah, so a Patreon is, but I'm going to use buy me a coffee because I think that sounds better. It's where people will, you can start like a like for example on here, we upload these. If we were to then, if people, I mean, if you can imagine anyone wanting more, like we would put it up on the internet, and then they would pay like £4 a month to see the recordings of before or after the pods we do. Or for you,
what would you do a Patreon for though, if that makes sense?
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to spend the next, when we go back in April the 12th, I'm going to spend 3 months eating and training consistently, and I'm just going to basically write a blueprint and upload every workout. So every workout I do, I'm going to record it, so people can watch and they know what sets they. Patreon, I'll upload everything so people can train with me.
I lost you for a sec there, dude. Just go back to what you were saying. You've glitched a few times. Have you got good signal?
Yeah, sound. Yeah, sound. Yeah. So
I got you then, as far as you saying that when you go back, you're gonna basically follow your program of training like a blueprint, and what you're gonna do, you're gonna publish each thing. Like,
yeah, so it'll all go on the Patreon on the webpage. Every session that I do, every workout that I do, I'll record it, and so people can then, maybe they can watch it just before they train, and so they know what they're doing, they know how to get their body in position, they know how the tempo, the reps, the weight, etc. Maybe not the weight because everyone's different, but the reps and sets. And the reason why I like it is because now I feel like a lot of time, especially with like I've had in the past with clients, is because I was already there. I was already in good shape. I was already great physique, and like obviously could be better.
If you don't say so, if you do say so yourself. I already had the best body. Couldn't have physically got any better. Like,
well, no,
this was just amazing. And
when you start lifting, obviously you want to be bigger always.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm past that, by the way. Now I'm past being whatever it,
as
I'm
you
like,
get a bit older,
there's no humility. Yeah.
As you get a bit older, you'd rather have a nice shape and be quite fit and healthy. Whereas when you're in your early 20s and like you sort of teenage onwards, you have that stage of your life where you want to get big, don't you, and be strong. And everyone that discovers the gym and starts,
I'm still there, dude.
Seems to go through that process. But for me, yeah, I'm not too fussed about how strong or big I am. Like I want to be fit and healthy, me, and look good at the same time. Like the size thing for me is less important the older I get. So it's no longer a major aspect of it. Like
I can tell.
I can tell it's not important to you, Paul.
And the reason I like, so what do you think to this idea? The reason why I like it is because, yeah, like I said, like when I was in shape before, and I wasn't being like big head or anything, I just meant like for my client, if they want to lose weight or they want to put muscle on, and I'm saying, oh, this is how you do it, and they're like, well, you're already there. Now that I'm not there, I think it'd be interesting to be like, okay, guys, look at me, I'm in shit state, I've fucking lost all my muscle, I look terrible, and now I want to put it back on, I want to get in shape and blah blah blah, and I'm going to do it, and I'm going to show everyone that you can do it, and then also you can come along for the challenge as well.
You become a practitioner of your own teachings, won't you? Like if you follow your method and you get the results, then that's showing someone that have a similar shape and size and similar fitness level that they can do the same thing. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, exactly. And so I had two options, dude. What do you think? I want to know. I want to get your thoughts. The first one was the Patreon thing, so I just upload all the information on there, everything you need to know. I'd also take into consideration the somatotypes, because depending on your somatotype, meaning your physique, whether you're big boned or whether you're tall, whether you're short, whether you put weight on easily, whether you struggle to put weight on, that will depend your training, and I'll kind of give people a little bit of information on that and how to do it. That was the first option. Do that and have a Patreon and get as many people on it as possible. Because I'd fucking love it if I had like thousands of people to fucking jump on it with me. It'd be amazing to fucking help change.
Can someone only access this content if they pay the monthly couple of quid?
And it'd be like £4 or something. And so there was that option, or option 2 was to do like a 10-week challenge.
Imagine if your option 2 is to just go and rob somewhere. Option 2 is I'm just going to walk in like my local corner shop with an axe. I'm just going to chop someone's arm off and just steal the cash register. Like, what's your thoughts? Do you know what I mean? Like, I want to know which is a better lifestyle choice.
Dark straight away. Or the second option was a 10-week challenge where they compete with one another. So I'll have like 20 people compete with one another and they can win a prize. They'll put like 150 quid in or 100 quid in or whatever it might be, I haven't decided. And then I'd give them the training that they do, every weekly checkups, nutrition, and then they have like the 10-week transformation thing. And then I'll put it out to everyone at the end of it, and people pick who they think the winner is, and the person with the most votes will get a cash prize. And I'll do like 300-400 quid cash prize.
Yeah,
that's a good one as well.
With a Patreon thing, like, or whatever you call it, I think it sounds good, and would be good. I think it'd be difficult to get you subscribers.
Long term, though, right?
What's that?
Yeah, it'd have to be long term.
Yeah, of course. I think it's a difficult way to do it, but I think it'd be rewarding once you're there. I think it'd be something that'd be difficult though. I think that what I've noticed, if you give someone some access to something for free, a lot of people are susceptible to try it anyway, or really be up, like, do you know what I mean? Like, oh, I'll give this a go. But when you attach a cost to something, people have to really want it. Even if the cost's small, like, you'd be surprised how much harder it is to get someone to sign up to something when it's no longer free. It's now a couple of quid a month. Like, you'd be surprised how many people it'll put off. Do you know what I mean?
Mm.
So like your audience becomes more specific then. So it's like if I'm trying to give you something you don't necessarily need or want, the fact that it's free is quite often tips the balance, where you'll try it anyway. Or do you know what I mean? I don't necessarily need your program, but the fact that it's out there means I'll load it up, I'll try it, I'll see how it goes. But as soon as you attach a value to it or a cost, then your audience are people that want it and not necessarily people that are willing to try it. It's the exact same thing for us, dude. If we're doing this conversation and we're trying to do a podcast and we're getting together, we're speaking, and we're putting videos out there. The fact is, someone can go on YouTube and they can watch the video for nothing, but the chance of them